I do believe it's safe to say that he's certainly going to have to answer quite a few questions, and it's going to be a three-ring circus. It's seeing how far and wide the reach towards his supporters is going to go. The last thing we need is another January 6th.
The statement from the Trump campaign tonight on the Manhattan DA's quote, witch hunt. Americans will not tolerate radical left Democrats turning our justice system into an injustice system to influence a presidential election, which is all they want to do. I mean, one does worry in the way that Trump has a tendency to personally target individuals, the degree to which it's not just about canceling the noise, but also the concern for the physical safety of these prosecutors, these investigators.
It's a very real threat. In the same way we saw thousands of people come to the Capitol on January 6th when they believed Donald Trump's claims of a stolen election, they are going to take up the mantle in his defense as well. I think that when there are charges filed, and I think it's a when and not an if, I think there will be violence somewhere. I don't know how bad it will be, but there are unhinged people who do believe all of these things he says, that it's a witch hunt and a hoax. And there will be people who take up that mantle, in the same way we saw after the search at Mar-a-Lago, court-authorized search, and he talked about, how the FBI came in and raided his beautiful home, and a man went to the FBI office in Cincinnati with a nail gun and an AK-47 and found himself dead later in the day after a standoff with the FBI. I do fear that we're going to see those kinds of things because of the outrage that Donald Trump deliberately stirs up.
My fear of this unknown is particularly acute.
And while we mull all that over, Donald himself is freaking out a little bit, and he's posting this business.
Donald Trump is posting on his social media platform that he expects to be arrested on Tuesday. He is also posting some other heinous things to his perceived supporters. He goes, now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leader is funded by George Soros, indicate with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked by numerous other prosecutors fairy tale. The far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back. Clearly, when Donald Trump is saying take our nation back, he is sending yet another message to his insurrectionists.
So, of course, the circus is going to continue. I just indict him already. Just put him in some cuffs, all right? The embarrassment alone would give my heart a little happy. Don't toy with my emotions. We went through that enough with the Mueller report.